Morning all, and welcome to our second bite size looking at retrieval as a type of practice. So today we're going to look at long-term retrieval, which looks at how students might be able to recall knowledge from their long-term memories over time, as opposed to maybe from a lesson to lesson basis or even within a lesson, looking at how this can manifest itself over longer periods of time. So in terms of the amount of time we're looking at, this can include a weekly or a monthly review of learning. If within your departments and faculty areas you have more of a spiral curriculum approach, it might be that you're looking at even a termly or yearly review of learning. But anything that allows the students to engage in that long-term recall of facts from previous learning episodes. So the first stage of this is to think about the study of resources that students are going to need. So providing or engaging students in producing resources that will support them in building their schema around any particular part of your schemes of work. So this might include specific parts of reading material, it might be knowledge organisers, or looking at structured notes. Anything that will help them not only recall their knowledge from previous learning, but it might even be resources that therefore then help support independent study as well. We then need to think about planning for spaced practice. So planning when you can take the time to look back over material that was explored previously. So a weekly review might cover learning covered in the previous week. A monthly review might cover material covered in the previous month. And as I said earlier, you might even choose to review material covered much longer ago. But building in a routine time slot, for example, 15 minutes a week, allows students to then build up that recovery, that retrieval of knowledge from the long-term memory that then allows them to reinforce it for future use. From here, then we need to think about the specific activity, and I think as covered before, we've spoken about quizzing as an example and different types of activities that we might use, but any appropriate retrieval practice activity that will test their recall of previous learning is going to be beneficial. So that could be through the use of mind mapping, problem solving, or some different writing tasks, just to include those elements of recall. It might even be some reciprocal teaching questions that explores their recall by trying to explain their ideas to their peers, but something or anything where they are having to engage in either some written explanation or verbal explanation of previously gained knowledge. From here then, as with a lot of the strategies that we're looking at, we're going to explore some gaps and some errors. So when all the students have checked their recall, we're going to take time to establish where the common gaps are. You know, what is it that they can no longer do? What is it that they no longer know? So if they've forgotten things, we need to give them time to consolidate this by re-examining the material. Finally, then we need to think about making connections and show our students how current topics connect to other topics that they've covered before, and that allows them to grow their schema and this idea of the interconnectedness of different subject and different topics that we have within our own specific areas. As ever, good luck with it. Any questions, just let me know, and hope you found that beneficial.